Hello everyone and welcome to your Calgary real estate market update for December. We are now in the last month of the year and the overall statistics for 2023 are nearly revealed, with year in review videos and 2024 predictions just around the corner. So how are we doing in Calgary? The market always slows down with the change in the weather, but are we worse or better off than last year? Which segments in our market are performing well and are there any surprises? Well, in our video today, we will dive deep into November sales statistics and I'll also explain whether our slowdown is seasonal or related to something bigger. While I'm at it, we'll also examine the economic fundamentals to give you a thorough understanding of what is driving our strong real estate market this year. Are you ready? Okay, well then let's get going. Okay, well this is the time of the year where I'm almost always asked about the market slowdown and is it seasonal or is there something else at play? Calgary has a very pronounced yearly market cycle and the early winter months of November and December are always the slowest of the year in terms of transaction volume. And yet because we have a history of being a boom-bust town, we can't help but second guess ourselves whenever we see dips in market activity. This means there can often be a lot of factors clouding the picture, and whenever this happens, I always come back to my most trusted of real estate statistics, months of supply. You see, sales prices and sales volumes are just data points. They aren't information. You can't really make an informed decision based on sales prices alone. If you want to make inferences about the strength of the market, you need to look at the balance between supply and demand, because it's that contrast that will really tell you what to expect it to be like to trade in a specific real estate market and which way you can expect prices to go. That contrast is best captured with the months of supply metric. We'll come back to that in just a minute, but first let's cover the hard numbers released by CREB to give our analysis some context. So for November, the average price of real estate in Calgary is $572,700, basically the same price we've seen since August when it was only $2,000 less. So I think it's safe to say that we've seen our gains for the year and that will be our number for Calgary in 2023. But sales have fallen to 1,787, down by over 400 sales from October. But inventory is down from October by a couple hundred units too, sitting at 2,989 homes, which is helping to buoy the months of supply metric and keeping it solidly under 2 months. If you look at November of last year, where we had 1,640 sales, we have more sales this year than last, which has been the case for Calgary over the last several months, as consumers have come to grips with higher interest rates and the market has remained competitive due to strong migration to Alberta, both internationally and interprovincially. Looking at the individual market segments, we have detached homes coming in at $699,500, up 13% from last year, and semi-detached pricing is coming in at $628,700, with each of these segments up around 12 to 13% from last winter, which is very strong. As has been the case all year, the emergence of the apartment condo segment continues in November, with pricing at $320,100, up by a whopping 17.8% from November of 2022. Row townhouses continue to establish themselves as the new starter family home in Calgary, showing another month of gains in the 21% range to an average price of $429,000. But compared to October, we have several hundred fewer sales in November, and all categories are down in this respect, and even fewer still than 2 months ago in September. Average pricing has also remained flat going back to the summer, which is raising some eyebrows amongst real estate agents and contributing to the narrative that things are slowing down a bit in Calgary. But we all expect the market to slow down at this time of year, right? So genuine shifts in the market due to economic fundamentals can sometimes be lost in this seasonal effect, which is why I always look at months of supply, because it tells you the real story, and the news here is as good as it's been all year for the strength of the Calgary real estate market. Taking a look at the graph, we still have less than 2 months of supply at 1.67, which means it's still unquestionably a seller's market in Calgary, but you can see that the market is a little less hot than it was in the peak summer months, but still much tighter than it was at the start of the year in January. Just for reference, a balanced market is considered to be about 2.5 months of supply, and we've been under that all year long. So when you compare the level of demand in July to where we are at now, you can see why it might feel like things are slowing down out there, but it's no cause for concern because we are still very much in a seller's market where all of the houses currently for sale would be gone in less than 7 weeks if nothing new came to the market. So what about those economic fundamentals then? Are all of these strong sales statistics legitimately earned? Well, fortunately, the city of Calgary released its third quarter housing review just a few days ago, and we have some graphics to share with you to help explain exactly what's been happening in Calgary all year. First up is population change, and the city classifies this as the net migration of permanent residents, and by that metric we're having another very strong year with over 5,600 people coming to Calgary from abroad in Q3, and this is on the heels of growing by over 7,000 people in Q2. More people means more demand for housing, and these are very healthy numbers and a good bet that this is why Calgary has been in a seller's market all year. But people don't just move here for the sake of moving. They want to build a new and better future for themselves. And by that account, Calgary is also showing out with over 22,000 jobs added since Q3 of 2022, which means our economy is supporting the population growth as our unemployment rate has been nearly flat for the last year, coming in at just under 6%. None of these statistics are breaking their stride, which is why we continue to have a seller's market in Calgary, even if it feels like things are slowing down a little bit compared to where they were earlier this year. So the question is now starting to be asked, what can we expect 2024 to look like? Will it be any different, and if so, how? Well, to find out, you will need to tune in to us next month when we review the year that was in 2023 and provide our outlook into 2024. So, from our homes to yours, all of us at Redline Real Estate hope you have a wonderful holiday season with your families. And if you find yourself thinking about moving while sipping on eggnog, please consider using a Redline Realtor. We would love to show you what we do and how we work. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the new year.